watching.
If there's backup needed, I will call it in, but I would rather keep my word where at all possible.
Madam General.
Sir.
I would, with the approval of my dear lady wife, offer our ground as a possible place to engage.
Ah, yes, the place with all the palisades. Can't turn his horse very well, I seem to recall you telling me.
It's a very narrow passageway.
And there's only one way down if he doesn't go towards the palace, which is over the edge and towards Middenhof, where our reinforcements currently sit.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And also, I have agreed to a one-on-one fight with him, or I will agree to a one-on-one fight with him. His steed is fair game for anybody, because I'm not including that in the deal.
I thought there was saying that although he might fight the general one-on-one, that doesn't mean he won't bring backup.
This is the
So
same
everybody
chap.
should be aware.
Well, I did say that. If he brings backup, then everybody else gets to join in, don't they?
I can also, given that it's my property, that I live there, I can see about consecrating the area to a degree, so at least he can't call otherworldly allies.
I don't believe he possesses such power, from my knowledge. That's only the sorcerers. But it's worth looking into at least.
Definitely worth looking into, because if he does bring backup, he's likely to bring one of the sorcerers with him.
If you need more palisades, I have been making quite a few to reinforce my own, but
yeah, I got loads. I got loads ready made as well.
I'm going to warn you all now, if I'm engaged in a one-on-one fight with him and he starts trash-talking, I am not going to be ladylike.
Is this the same chap we fought at the castle in the north? On the horseback?
Was he wearing a blue cape?
No, that's not it. No, that's not the one.
Different rider?
The person's already dead. That was a different rider, and he's dead.
Is that Scarne, was it?
I do apologise.
No, ask questions. That's what we're here for.
I think that was the champion, if I remember.
Scarne, yes.
That was the champion,
yes. Yeah.
I have a question for everyone here.
Go ahead.
If it comes down to magic or arrow fire, is anybody here sensitive to arcane?
I think Miss Kathleen is a bit sensitive against...
Miss Kathleen is sensitive to all magic.
Well, we just have to shout a warning that magic's going to be used and people will have to fall back.
Well, then I can't consecrate the ground.
Yes, you can. She'll just have to wait further back.
You can. She cannot be in the area, yes.
I can cast a ward and it'll stop them if they do bring sorcerers.
Oh, the Arcane Ward. Yes, I do like those.
I needed to speak about that, General.
Yes.
I was concerned yesterday just how powerful that sorcerer was. And I think that us using our magic might have actually been empowering her further, rather than having a negative effect.
Actually, Sir Shalom, there was a point in which she crossed the barrier of one of my domes of light that was keeping everyone well healthy, and she seemed to shriek and did not like it over and made great efforts to dive back out again.
Divine magic, maybe, but you have to remember Zinch is the master of all magic within these lands. So it might be only some magic has a negative effect, and that of arcane, well,
Might
it's
be
a
able
speciality.
to do one spell, but not everyone here is acceptable to divine magic.
We're going to have to use everything we've got.
I mean, it could be worth a try, but yeah.
We could always test our resistance after this meeting.
If it's divine, I'm not testing resistance. I already know
Yeah.
the outcome of that.
Yeah, we do, don't we, Zed? Unfortunately.
Yes.
Well, I may be mistaken, but
Not
I
only
just
is
thought
it
I know she
Mine
didn't like my
moves
lightning
fast.
spell very much.
I don't think anybody likes that spell.
Why? It's so much fun to use, though.
Yes, and it hurts like a bitch.
That's
She also
why I
doesn't
use
like
it.
hammers. I
No.
think she's got something against certain weapon. Horrible person.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, we're going to have to hit her with everything we've got. But I would suggest those that are using magic are at least shouting to jump back before they do so. Give people a chance to get out of the way. We don't want to hurt our own, do we?
They're using divine, at least give fair warning so everybody can get out the way.
That divine spell does
Yeah,
keep everybody strong and healthy, though.
Indeed, it does, but
It
it's
does, but
complicated.
Well, there's a big
Me strong
bright
enough.
light, so those who are allergic to it can just stay out of the light, can they not?
yeah.
The area covered by that spell is quite extensive.
Indeed, it is.
Well,
So
fall
they
back
would
and
have
use
no
ranged
time to
weapons
be
until
out.
it's disappeared.
It's quite hard to aim into.
Yeah, it's very
Speaking of
bright.
falling back, General,
Well, mine.
Oh, yes. Guys, we need to be very, very aware of what orders are being issued on the battlefield. If you hear myself or any of the knights or Miss Terra or Miss Crystal tell you to fall back, you fall back and regroup. No questions. No arguments. I'm not putting up with it. Because we were all over the place yesterday. And the people who were new to these lands were listening and following suit and grouping up together. And people who have been fighting with us for a while were running off by themselves. If you run off by yourselves, I'm going to leave you to die. Let me put it that way.
Or even
Horns
worse, captured.
I used. Sorry.
Horns, yes, you're right. If you hear the horn, you hear my roar. It is time to move your ass to the source of the noise as quickly as possible. We're calling you for a reason, not because we want to shake hands. It usually means that somebody's in trouble and we need to protect them and save them. Wow, no arguments. Impressive.
Outside of that, if you can't hear, but you see my big ass running the opposite way from the enemy, there's a good goddamn reason. So please follow suit.
Yep. Pretty much, if I'm running, then there's a reason I'm running and you might as well follow me because there's trouble somewhere.
Same
I
here,
don't
be
tend to
honest.
run from a fight very often, but there's a lot of us who would run into the fight rather than away from it, and they're the ones that don't necessarily hear the horn when it goes off. Selective hearing, I'm putting it down to. This time.
Are we putting down like a banner or something as a central rallying point?
Well, if
Might
we're
not have
blowing...
time for that, Doctor.
No, if we're blowing horns or roaring, you can follow the source of the noise. I'll try not to use my
Clarify
horn.
Roaring.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Alright.
They did ask.
You can do better than that. Better.
Hey, you don't have to continue.
If you continue, we
I will teach you how to do it, sis, okay?
It's okay, once you get older, you'll slowly develop
Wow.
it with other things.
Wow.
Are you calling Maroon old?
Yeah, we're calling Maroon old.
I mean,
okay?
I'm
That's what we're doing.
180 by your years, so I'm old. 190. 190, Jesus, I'm getting wrinkles. I can feel the wrinkles starting already.
Maybe she's speaking a dragon voice.
Can we get back onto the topic at hand?
When we engage, if I hear the horns and we are doing a fallback, I will attempt to rally and grab up folks. So don't you worry.
Thank you, it's appreciated.
What?
Right.
I said thank you, it's appreciated.
Oh, sorry. My ears must have something in it.
You will find me pushing forward if safe to do so.
Okay, Sid. Is that what you were requesting, Lady Evelina?
Yes.
Good, because it hurts.
I do love that voice.
And if my wife's in danger, I don't care what orders I get, I will not stand by.
Yes, but Master Zaid, that sort of thinking is going to get you killed as well.
If your wife is in order, I will be ordering...
If I die trying to save my wife, then so be it.
If Crystal is in danger, I will be rallying everybody to her side anyway, so you better be following my directions, or else you're running in the wrong direction. Right. Any more questions? Anything I haven't covered?
Sir Giles?
No idea.
He's currently on the Western Front, which we need to get into, General.
Alright. We can do so in a moment.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
As far as I remember, we were searching the lands for more than just the place of and where the enemy came from, right? Like we were looking for strange things and artifacts and such things, right?
That's what we told you were looking for. We were looking for the gate.
Ah. Okay.
Just in case conversations were overheard, they would think we were looking for the wrong thing in the wrong place.
Okay. So I'm mixing that up a bit.
No. I mean, if we find anything, of course it's needed, but yes.
Any cannons or gunpowder need supplying, Lady Maroon?
Not as far as I know at the moment, but we will check supplies and let you know. I know the Bretonians are a little bit adverse to the gunpowder, but we'll use whatever we've got. We might need it from the ships anyway.
Well,
yes, I believe Sir Giles was saying that the only way to siege that tunnel would be from the from ships in the sea.
Yes,
so
and trebuchets are not going to cut it, so we probably need the cannons. Yes.
I mean,
it seems somebody's interested in cannons. Okay, all right.
After my sea journey back, I have brought supplies, so I would have to speak to the priest, but the Empire will try and stand by everything that
the priest has already sworn his allegiance to the allegiance as it is, so he has said that he will help in any way he can.
Yeah, and
you should be reporting everything to the General now, Lieutenant. She's in command of the Empire's forces as well.
Well, that's absolutely fine. That's brilliant. That's good news, and congratulations.
Don't congratulate me yet. I've got to keep you all alive yet.
Well, I'm not dead yet, thanks to you and many other people that stood in this room.
Well, I intend to keep it that way. Is there anything I've missed, Shalom? There's been a lot going on in the last few days.
Just the troop movements, if you want to get into that just now.
Oh, yes. The Bretonians and the Empire allies have been pulling their troops back closer to the major cities and to Bastille, of course, so that they are ready to move out as soon as we are ready to attack this gate. If you start seeing tents popping up or refugees that maybe need a little bit of food or whatever, help out where you can, please, because there's a lot of people in a desperate situation right now. And these poor knights and soldiers are sleeping in tents outside in the cold, so...
Yes, it's also worth pointing out that some of the merchants will be moving over to Bastille and Middenhof, so you might have to check those cities if you are wanting to sell supplies.
Indeed, and we're going to need a lot of wood because we don't have Osterbrook now, of course, to supply it, so if you're in need of coin, that might be a good place to start.
Is that going to be any kind of wood?
I believe shaped wood and insulated wood are what they're looking for most, but I'd have to double check. We've got ships to repair before we can even get things on board to attack this gate, or this cave entrance to the gate at least.
Speaking of ships, we are expecting a arrival of several new ships within the next couple of days. They've been told to rendezvous on the west coast, which is where Sir Giles is at the moment, setting up a forward camp.
I believe
Excellent.
there's ships behind mine as of today.
More reinforcements.
Indeed, and supplies.
I actually have seen a ship on the lake my clinic is on. I don't know who owns that one.
Oh, well, it won't be one of the naval ships coming in, I wouldn't think, on a lake, but you might want to check who it belongs to.
All of them should be arriving just south of the Badlands. I believe the camp is being set up in between the Badlands and the Iron Hills. I'm not sure. We still need to go down there and check that.
We can go and check that. We can do that after this meeting. Yes.
Actually arrived like maybe a day or two after Sir Shalon, so.
Well, we can go and check it out and see what's on it, Doctor.
Very lost sailor.
On a lake? Yes, it's definitely a lost sailor. I don't know quite how he managed to get his boat there.
I mean, the lake itself is connected to the one Bastine is in, and
Oh, the big one.
Yes.
North of the Grove, yes?
It's connected to the sea,
yes.
so yeah.
Yes, but there's that very thin strip of land there crossing over, and I don't think a large boat would be able to get underneath it, would it?
Must have been traveling.
There are ways to get across stuff like that, General.
Okay, well, we'll go and check it out.
How do you think my ship arrived in the harbour?
I don't know. I thought maybe you used Bretonian magic to get it there.
Something along those lines. Let's just say the Lady of the Lake has extraordinary powers.
Indeed she does.
So that's how you got under the bridge.
Alright, any more questions? Excellent. So we will talk about getting this set up maybe at your place then, Jorvik, if that's okay with you and your wife. We'll scope the place out, make it look like I'm in the area staying there. See if we can lure him out. I also need to visit Zedica so she can try and get a message to whatever's whispering to her that I'm challenging him to a one-on-one duel and see what happens. Don't all look so stony-faced. I'm not going to die just yet.
Have you managed to capture the wanted criminal then?
Miss Zedica, yes, she's been tried and she's in jail at the moment.
Ah, that's news.
I'm surprised that the Empire did not release the reports to you when you returned home.
Like I said, I've been across the seas, so I need to be back today, so yeah, I haven't had a chance to read all the books and Raven Scrolls as yet. I do apologise.
No, that's alright.
The bane of paperwork.
Indeed.
Indeed, Doctor.
I find it a good pastime.
Good, then you can take care of ours.
That's what I do anyway.
Good. You missed a letter though. Not that it was important.
You did?
Yes, it's okay. I did set up the Raven in the office.
Oh, right.
Much to Sir Giles' disgust because he's worried about bird poop everywhere. I did tell him that they're well trained and they'll poop over the water.
Does realize that you can process that waste into an explosive, right?
I prefer to use it as a fertilizer, if I'm honest.
Fertilizer, explosive.
Maybe I'll retrain them to poop over the compost heaps. Might speed things along a bit. Alright, well, I think we've covered everything. If nobody else has any questions, then we can all go and have some fun, relax, whatever it is we need to do. I think Sir Shalon and I are going to go and check out this camp that's been set up.
Might I join you? The Sir Jared said he was gonna set up a medical facility for me, so...
Of course, Doctor.
Do you require any help from my first aid skills, Doctor?
Once the battle is going, probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm actually thinking of increasing my knowledge in the medical terms, so to speak.
We'll probably need more than just a doctor anyway, so that will be welcome.
Well, we'll have Lady Odalina as well,
Indeed.
remember?
I know.
Yes. And I think one of...
Considering the amount of people that are involved in the fight, it might be wise for a person as myself, who is endorsed in many different talents, so to speak, it might be wise for me to gain some more knowledge from you, Doctor, and help where needed.
I can try to teach you some things more, and maybe I can translate one of my medical books for you. But I think we also have at least Mr. Jorvik, I think was the name. You mentioned there was a healer in your group as well.
That would be me.
Ah,
and a very good spell it is too.
More talents than that. My time in the Order, I learned, well, battlefield treatment and trauma training, so...
Yes, your energy quite saved my consciousness yesterday. And I have to thank you for that.
There are several I have access to, the ones that you can see in the other, which are more closely guarded secret. But for the most part, we were trained in the Order to take care of one's spirit as well as one's body, so there are certain things that I can do after being gifted the magics I was gifted, where I can calm those that seem to be verging on the edge of fear and panic. I can also siphon off some of my own prodigious energy into another person to inspire them to continue to fight, or at least get mobile and get the hell out of the danger area. It's quite easy.
It's not wholly.
Feels like lightning running through your veins, for anybody that's wondering.
Unfortunately, it is divine in nature, but at some point I'm going to have to sit down and talk to folks about what is and is not. I know that Lady Kathleen does not like my magics at all. Our experience on the Isle, she fought at my side many times and cursed my name several other times for being nearby me whenever, well, if one is surrounded by undead, one must.
We'll have to have a talk at some point about the nature of your magics.
If she fought at your side... Sorry, Zaid, go ahead.
I'm just saying we'll have to have a talk sometime with the nature of the magics, just so I don't accidentally get hurt.
It would be an interesting conversation as well, seeing as I know a little, not much, but little divine magic.
I would say if she's fought at your side many times and has cursed your name several times, she should know better than to stand next to you in a battle.
Yes. I've also pulled her out of a fair many fires. The first time we met, I rather jokingly made some comments about my past as a vampire hunt, mainly because I was in no mood for the conversation, and she had convinced everyone that I was there to murder her most viciously. never crossed my mind.
I admire your restraint.
Yes, well, we were all allies against Adrian, and despite my dislike of her at the time, I pulled her broken body out of many a cave or cavern. Allies are allies, even if you don't like them.
That is true.
Indeed. I will say that given time, though, anyone can learn to get along.
Yes, and being that she's not here, let's just not discuss her anymore.
Yes.
I thought I heard Miss Clara try to speak. Yes.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. You and I need to have to talk later.
Yeah, fine.
Sorry, continue the meeting.
Yeah, I was done. If there's anything you need to say, go right ahead.
I think we're adjourned then.
I would agree.
I'm going to have to head back and rest for a little bit.
All right.
If we're not done, then I can just excuse myself.
No, I think we're done, darling. But if you want to go ahead, just walk through the portal. You'll be back in Bastille.
Okay,
No, not
thank you.
Bastille. You'll be close by. You'll be outside somewhere.
Open the door.
Oh,
After
yeah,
all,
someone.
growing as you are, it must be tiring.
Wow.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.
You teasing my sister, sir. That's my job. Oh my.
Very well.
I'm only teasing. Go ahead.
I like fun and dysfunction.
Is this the one that you wanted me to meet?
This is the Madam General. Yeah.
Thank you, Master Varus.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
It's nice to meet you as well.
Master Yova can fill you in on the details of the meeting.
Quite a long
for fun?
What do I do for fun? I kill things. And
Okay,
garden.
well,
I like gardening too.
All quiet.
Okay, that part, that's not me.
Well, you see, I use the gardening to make potions and wraps to keep everybody alive while we're doing the fun part of the fighting.
Gotcha.
With these hinges.
Understandable. I don't know, I just like to kill things.
Yes, those orc camps are rather fun, are they not?
I also like to sneak up on people.
If you sneak up on me and scare me, I'm likely to transform and fly. So just be warned.
Peekaboo.
Oh!
Right.
Terry, you can do that too!
We're going to clear out now, General.
Indeed, yes. Unless anybody's got any more questions, in which case I'll wait a few minutes and they can ask me, but feel free to go and get some alcohol or something.
Madam General, why is the sky blue?
Because it's not black, sir.
Is water wet?
No, but you are when you've been in it.
What?
I like this one.
Told you would. Shall we back to the compound to finish up Varus' home and get our workshop set up and the like?
Alright, no problem. I will stop by tomorrow and we can have a talk and see if we can figure something out for me to look like I'm in the area.
Of course.
I need to find somebody of the Sanguise.
Yeah,
What is it you're looking for?
The daggers of the Sanguise.
Ah, yes, I do have some, but the person that made them for me is not allowed to make them any longer.
I think we have a few for sale at our place.
Yes. And where would that be?
The Blue Wisps.
The Blue Wisps.
Alright.
And if you need any deep strikes, there are some in my shop in Middenberg.
You have a shop
I'm quite confused on how to pronounce these names.
Which names are you confused with?
Listen, I can speak, I can't read very well. I lived in a cave for...
Okay, well, my name is pronounced Maroon, but most people just call me Maroon. Or Maroon if you're being posh. Close enough, that will do.
I'm Zaid.
This is Miss Terra.
Terra?
Adelina.
This little one here we call the Raven.
Is my wife, Crystal.
Mr. Takeda is the one leaning against the wall.
Greeting. He's from Yamata, same as Shirigumo.
Oh.
Yeah.
I miss Gumo.
So do I, love.
Dr. Sawyer Buckbone, at your service.
Sawyer.
Just don't call him Bedman.
Yes, Sawyer is my first name.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm not used to the whole title thing.
Or just doctor.
Yes, we just have to call him the doc or doctor.
What's up, Doc?
Oh no. Don't get Sir Giles started on the rabbits, please!
That was a good one.
Or Sir Garrett.
No. It's ostriches with him. Yes, he's not here at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, it's ostriches, yes.
It's either sausages or these ostriches, that's for sure, definitely. You can just call me Brom, if you so wish, Lady Rose.
Brom.
And then we have Miss Clara stood at the back over there. And this gentleman here we all call Scar for some bizarre reason.
Who?
The one beside the torch.
This one that doesn't move.
Oh, the quiet one. He's very shiny.
I know, I keep wanting to pick him up and put him in my treasure room.
I know who you are, jackass.
Oh, I like her!
I do like that armor, though.
Right. Let's all head out so we can all go and get something to eat and drink, shall we? We need to lock the doors behind us, and I believe Sir Shalon and I have things to do.
It's a short walkway. You go first, sir.
Oh, my, thank you.
Could you make me a hammer of storms?
Oh, we're going to get our horns locked together. We nearly got our horns locked together then.
Now, wouldn't that be fun?
Probably.
Mine are a tad bit cold.
Oh, no. Mine are just shiny.